All right, guys, welcome back to the channel, doing another trade recap. Today is Thursday, March 19th. We hit an absolute banger trade, making back the losses from yesterday. Let's freaking go, man. Let's freaking go. This was an A+ short setup. It was my only trade idea of the day, like my only A+ trade idea of the day. We ended up getting the entry at around 11:15. Let's jump into it. Okay, boom. So jumping into the market today. By the way, our indicator is absolutely freaking printing, but I'm not here to show you my indicator. So let's remove all drawings for a second, go back into replay mode, and I'll kind of share with you guys what I was looking at heading into the market today. So very obvious, right? We are bearish, guys. Like there's nothing really bullish about this. And we have a lot of draws lower. We have like the previous week lows here. We have an external low here. And we're obviously in a downtrend respecting bearish PD arrays. Right, we're respecting this 1 hour bearish fair value gap here. And then going into the market today, I saw we had an unfilled hourly gap. Okay, I saw we had this unfilled hourly gap here. So really the only reason I would turn bullish is if we inverse this hourly gap. But until then, I'm looking for continuation shorts back down to this sell side liquidity here. So my bias heading into the market today, was bearish. So let's go down to a lower time frame. And there were some decent longs, okay? Like we had that 930 manipulation, and we did get a 5-minute inverse here, which I was telling you guys, this isn't a bad trade. We did have an SMT at the lows as well. So ES did not take this low, NQ took this low. So we did have a bullish SMT at the lows, and this perfect equal high to target as your TP. The entry for me was just way too late. Like I would have liked this inverse here if we had like inverse within a few candles, like a clear V shape, and the stop loss wasn't so huge. Like the stop loss was pretty big, 70-point stop. Obviously you guys can change the risk management to make sure you're risking the same amount, entering with less contracts. But, the risk reward just was not ideal for me. And again, at this point, I would rather just wait for price to hit that hourly gap and then look for shorts. So this was a valid long idea. You would have wanted to wait for the 2-minute to inverse. So yeah, probably enter it around here. We did get a 5-minute inverse as well. Didn't really like how this 5-minute looked. I mean, how many times have we seen a 5-minute inverse fail that looks exactly like this, right? So this could have been a decent trade, but again, my bias was bearish. I was looking for short positions. So we're going to let the price play out. And we actually took a break-even long. So let me show you guys the break-even long that we took as well. So we had a bullish SMT yet again. And keep in mind, like I'm bullish to an extent heading into that hourly fair value gap. Like I'm okay with looking for longs up until this level and then flipping short, right? So like if there's any sort of bullish, like really clear A+ bullish setup, I would take that. And we did have a 15-minute bullish gap here. We had a 15-minute bullish gap here, which you guys know is my continuation model. If we're holding that 15-minute bullish gap, I will look for longs to that hourly bearish fair value gap. So literally just trading like internal to external liquidity. So I saw we had a bullish SMT here with ES. ES took this low, NQ did not. These are my favorite kind of SMTs when ES takes a low and NQ doesn't, and makes a higher low. It just shows a lot of like bullish momentum for NQ. And we got this inverse, right? Such a late entry, guys. We got in literally right here. Like we got such a terrible entry on this because I was debating like, okay, do we get in here or do we not get in? Because it's a 1-to-1 risk to reward here. We have a pretty clear break-even target at this high right here, which we ended up going break-even, getting stopped at break-even. But ideally, I would have liked to see this inverse like down here. Like we did not inverse on this 1-minute candle. This 1-minute bullish gap. Like we did not inverse here. Like we inversed right on the edge. So I didn't get in. I was not front running this. And we inversed obviously here. And then I was like, no, I'm not going to get in. And the next candle, I was like, I'll try it. Like the risk to reward at this point, like 1-to-1 RR, such a clear break even. It was worth it. Kind of a shit trade, not going to lie. Like looking back, I probably would have just faded this completely because it was such a late entry. But I like the momentum. We had a very clear draw on liquidity. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. It's worth a small try. Ended up being break even, is what it is. This is where everyone got off stream. Everyone got off stream. The day's over. Price action is moving slow. But I was like, guys, we still have draws and liquidity higher. Now we have this perfect like trendline liquidity equal high above and this hourly bearish gap where we can still look for shorts. And as long as we have all of these lows here, we have very clear targets 4-hour short entry. Like, look how much liquidity we're building, right? So at this point, boom, we're into the hourly bearish fair value gap. I am looking for short positions here. Okay, we also had an SMT with ES. So if I pull up ES here, you can see that from this high right here on NQ to this high, we made a higher high. Like, we swept this high. We had a massive bearish SMT here on ES. Like, we did not come anywhere near this high. So I am looking for short positions here. So all I'm doing is I'm marking out the highest time frame bullish fair value gap on that leg that I'm looking to inverse, so we can get rid of ES here. And as soon as we get a candle closure below, I'm going in shorts, okay? I'm going in shorts if we get a candle closure below. On the 3-minute time frame, obviously kind of chop around a bit. And then I anticipated the 3-minute by entering on the 2-minute. A lot of momentum here. Indicator called it as well. So boom, this is my short position right here. Now, ideally, right, and this is me just being super, super picky. Ideally, for an A+ setup, I would have liked to see an SMT divergence here, okay? Because now we kind of have this relative equal high on ES. You know, not ideal, but again, like, you could nitpick something in every single trade if you wanted to. The risk to reward was worth it here because now we have displacement. Now we're delivering from that hourly bearish fair value gap. Now we have a clean inverse here on a 2-minute, and we have a very clear break-even target. So this is my break-even level. Super aggressive break-even, guys. Like, especially on a day like today where we're chopping around. Like, I am not fucking around with like, oh, I'm just not going to have a break-even. Like, I'm not getting chopped up, okay? So this is my break-even level, and this is my full TP. I believe we ended up taking partials like right here maybe, like at this low, which is like not a great risk to reward. Yeah, like 0.8 risk to reward. So we did take some partials there, but full TP was at this low, and this one absolutely smacked TP. Boom. Actually, excuse me. We took full TP at this low because we had an SMT. So full TP at this low, absolutely smacked TP for around, really, like, you know, when you're putting your stop loss at this high, around a 1.2, 1.3 RR in total. So ended up making all the losses from yesterday back, which I told you guys we were going to do. We're consistent. We're following the system. Kind of, I don't want to say FOMO trades yesterday, but like definitely didn't take any A+ trades. But this I would consider like an A rated setup, like probably not A+ because we didn't have the SMT at the high. But we kind of did have this SMT here. So like A-, A+ setup, short trade here. And yeah, would have liked to see more of a displacement move down, like kind of choppy. Like, I would have liked to see this move like happen super quick. But obviously, like, not all delivery is going to be like perfect A+ delivery. Like, sometimes it might chop around, and that's why you got to stick to the system, stick to your levels on the chart. As soon as I went break even, I was like, you know what, whatever happens from here happens. I have my levels on the chart. Whether I get stopped at break even or not, like, I'm not doing any like 0.5 RR. I'm taking a partial. Like, I'm just not doing that. Like, I want to let my thesis play out, and that's exactly what we did. Boom, TP smack, took us on live in front of like 50 people. And yeah, a lot of our members are close to getting payouts now, passing their fundeds. Actually, one of our members literally started trading NASDAQ 3 weeks ago, and he already just got the max payout on Lucid. So W in the chat for him. But yeah, that is why and how I took this trade today. Hopefully we get some better price action tomorrow. Really was not a fan of this price action, guys. Like, yes, we got a winning trade, but like, man, really got to be patient in these market conditions. Really got to wait for those A+ trade setups. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow with another W. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. I am going to be doing a Lucid giveaway. I'm going to be giving away some evals at 100 subscribers on this channel. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel to be entered in that giveaway. And yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow with another W.